Alright, and welcome back, guys. In the last few weeks, we have actually gotten a lot of DLC weapons into Cold War. We've got the EMC2, we've got the Tech 9, we've got the shotgun pistol, and we've got two other melee weapons. And with that, a lot of you guys have been asking me, what is the quickest way to go about leveling up weapons so you can unlock attachments, start grinding camos, whether that be for multiplayer or zombies. I've made a few guides on this in the past, but a lot of those guides are now outdated as there's newer, faster methods. And I did have a pretty big segment about this in my Ultimate Dark Aether guide, but obviously that was integrated in another guide. So this video is going to be only about how to level up your weapons, the fastest way to do that. And we've got a little bit of variance depending on what weapon class you're doing. We're going to start off with the multiplayer method, and then we're going to move into the zombies method. So that way, if you want to do an MP, you can do it that way. Or if you want to do it in zombies, you can do it that way too. MP is a little bit faster, but if you're not enjoying it, does it really matter? So we're also going to have the zombies method slightly slower, but it's still there if you want to do that. Now, the first thing we're going to bring up here is super obvious, but I want to include it anyway, just in case. So we're actually getting a double weapon XP this weekend. So that's super helpful if you're watching this right when I post it. But if there isn't a double weapon XP going on, you obviously have these tokens here, and making the most out of these is really going to help you with your grind. If you buy the premium battle pass, you'll get a lot of these, and whenever it happens, you'll be good. One thing that some people don't know is, yes, you can see your tokens from both games in this menu, but for some reason, there are some double XP tokens you can only see within the Modern Warfare menu. So if you own Modern Warfare or Warzone and you've played it a little bit and you are out of double weapon XP tokens, try to load up into that game and see if you have any remaining token just kind of chilling in the Modern Warfare menu for you to use. All right, now for leveling up weapons on the multiplayer side of things, for pretty much any full auto, or for most weapons of the game, ARs, SMGs, tac rifles, LMGs, pistols, shotguns, rocket launchers, all of those, I'm going to recommend doing that in hardcore 6v6 face-off, just because you're going to get more kills in this mode quicker than what you are in any other mode. And it really is. Like, when they first added this mode, I didn't really make a ton of guides talking about weapon level XP for this, because I thought this was going to be a limited time mode, but this is the closest thing we're ever going to get to having a shipment in like a Treyarch style game. Some of these maps, especially if you're getting ICBM and some of the smaller maps, you're going to be able to get so many kills in such a short period of time that you're going to massively level up your weapon. A lot more than you'd even see in Nuketown and other stuff like that. So when searching, there are certain maps you want to look out for and certain maps you want to try to avoid. And with that being said, let's quickly go over all of the maps possible to kind of show you what you should be looking out for. So Game Show is really good. This one's pretty simplistic, going to be best for SMGs, really small. You're going to get a ton of weapon XP. Moving on to the next one, ICBM, probably the single best one in the entire game. I know a lot of times people just lobby shop for this specific map. This is the closest, if not the best thing we're going to get, kind of like a shipment in Modern Warfare. And I'm not going to lie, I think I'd rather play ICBM than shipment. It's a little bit bigger, but it's way more open. And in terms of just getting kills, there's nothing that's going to compare to ICBM. Then we've got KGB, which is a little bit bigger, but it is so open that you're still going to get an insane amount of kills, especially if you're using something like an LMG or an assault rifle, something with more bullet velocity. You're going to win a lot of these long range environments. So it's going to help you out a little bit while playing that map. Then we've got U-Bahn, and this, not going to lie, it's pretty open, but these trains kind of block it. And on top of that, it's a little bit bigger of a map. So a lot of the times when it's U-Bahn and that's the only option I have, I'm going to back out and try to find a different lobby, because yeah, you're still going to get more XP on this than you would on Nuketown, but it's definitely going to be less than the other maps we've covered before. Same thing with Mansion. This is really good for long shots if you're playing this, but you're just going to be getting less weapon XP on Mansion than the other previous maps. Next, we have Amsterdam. Honestly, this is a fairly big map, but for some reason, I still kind of like it. It is going to be a lot less weapon XP, but I like the flow of this map, so I end up playing it even though it is going to be less XP, but it's definitely not going to be anything like ICBM. And then we have the brand new map that was added this season, Showroom. Once again, fairly big, but it is extremely open, and this one's also going to be a ton of weapon XP. So the main takeaway is you should definitely be going for ICBM, Game Show, KGB, but other maps like Amsterdam and Showroom are still going to work. And Showroom, honestly, is probably just as good as something like KGB, to be honest. Now, once you've loaded in game, it's pretty self-explanatory what you want to do. In my opinion, the best way to go about this is just rush and get as many kills as you possibly can, as quick as possible. Obviously, if you want to work on the camo challenges as you go, you can do that as well. But if you're just strictly getting, you know, weapon XP, just rush. The more kills you get, the more XP you get. And this mode already, look at... This mode's ridiculous for kills. Like I said, this is kind of pretty much like shipment in Cold War, and it's by far the smallest, quickest experience we've ever had in a Treyarch game. But with that, there are a few weapon classes I would do a little bit differently, and that would be the sniper rifles and the melee weapons. If I'm working on a melee weapon, obviously you do not want to be playing hardcore because it's still going to be a one hit regardless. So if you're leveling up any sort of melee weapon, definitely head into core, and 6v6 is still going to work for that. Same thing with the snipers. Most of the snipers I'm not going to be playing in hardcore for because they're still going to be one shot. So I'm doing a sniper. I am also just going to be doing the core version of the 6v6 mode, unless you're not really feeling 6v6. I know kind of the flow of 6v6 doesn't really work too well for snipers, so Nuketown 24/7 is also a great option for that, and it's going to work pretty much the exact same way. But enough of that, let's go ahead and show off the zombie side of things, and we've actually got two separate methods to show off here. As I was saying in the beginning of the video, both these methods are a little bit slower than the multiplayer methods, but if you're a zombies player, it really doesn't matter. It's going to be definitely a more casual experience, and you're not going to have to worry about skill-based matchmaking. I personally do it in MP just because I do the Dark Aether in one game challenge, but I would probably do one of these if I wasn't. So for the class setup for the very first method here, we're going to be using the Ring of Fire for a field upgrade. That's really the only important part. Obviously, for your starting weapon, you want to use the weapon that you're working on. That's clearly the only option here. And on top of that, I'm going to be playing solo in this, but the more people you are playing with, the more weapon XP you're going to get. It scales with players, so if you're playing solo, you're going to get a lot less than what you are playing with 4 players. So if you want to maximize this, get a couple friends. If you don't have friends, I'm going to have our Discord linked in the description below. We've got about 15,000 active members there, all of them playing zombies across all different games, all that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for people to grind weapon XP with, just go in the Discord, say like, hey, I'm looking for people to grind weapon XP with, find a few people, and that's going to greatly increase the amount of XP you're going to get per each and every game. And for the first method here, the map that we're going to be playing is D Machina. So let's go ahead and load into this. And now once you've loaded into the map, all you're going to proceed to do is for the first 2 rounds, just go ahead and kill all the zombies. All right, and as soon as round 2 ends, what you want to do is open that door there, open this door, and we're going to head to the top of Penthouse. And this is pretty much the main strategy here. The thing about zombies is the higher rounds you go, the less weapon XP you get, and that scales really quickly. So we're only going to be playing early rounds. Past this point, we're not going to open any more doors. We're going to stay on top of Penthouse until we're able to exfil. That's why we got Ring of Fire, because if we're not packing our weapon or upgrading our tierity, obviously, as we get closer to like round 11 and 12, it's going to be super helpful to kill the zombies quickly. We're not going to pick up any nukes because obviously you got to kill the zombies with your weapon for that. I'm not even going to buy any perks. All I'm going to do is sit up here until the exfil option appears. We're going to exfil, rinse and repeat until your weapon's maxed out. And a few quick things I should probably note, just in case you've never done the Penthouse strat before. Pretty much the zombies are going to be spawning right here and right up here. Sometimes they'll walk down this pathway, but just sitting in this corner going back and forth, you're going to kill all the zombies that spawn in. And if you do happen to run out of ammo, what you're going to do is head down to the bottom right here. Got an ammo crate, pick up ammo, head right back up. Super simple stuff. And now obviously this method we're doing right here will work on any round-based map, not just D Machina. The reason we specifically chose this map is because it only takes 2 rounds. At the end of round 2, you're able to get up here and start grinding XP right away. And this spot has the fastest spawn points of any other grinding spot in the game. Yeah, there's spots, you know, like Colonel's Office on FIREBASE-Z, but it's going to take you more than 2 rounds to get there. And this spawn rate is just so much quicker. So it's going to be quite a bit faster, and it's super simplistic. All you want to do, buy 2 doors, stay up here, exfil, in, out, super quick. All right, here we go, into round 10, turning into 11. We can go ahead and exfil out. If you ended up dying before this point, no big deal. Like I said, you can set up on round 2. So if you die at any point in time, don't make it to the exfil, just start over, rinse and repeat. You're still getting XP even if you don't make it all the way to the exfil. The only reason we're exfilling at this round is because past round 11, you get way less weapon XP. And that's one of my least favorite things about Cold War. I really hope Vanguard zombies, I hate how you're punished for going to high rounds. You get less normal XP, less weapon XP the higher round you go to. So it really, if you're trying to grind XP and weapon XP, it doesn't make a ton of sense to keep going to higher and higher rounds. While you're exfilling, if you run out of ammo like I just did, no worries, ammo box right here. And this is a great time to have a Ring of Fire. You might want to save one for the exfil. A lot of quick kills, a lot of XP if we don't go down here. Oh, all right, there we go. Just like that. And what you want to do is just keep doing that until you get your desired level. And now for our second strategy we have in zombies, and this is mainly focused for kind of like more sniper rifles, rocket launchers, because obviously that last strategy we just showed on D Machina isn't going to work with a sniper unless you have multiple people in your game kind of defending you while you're trying to snipe. This method is going to involve us playing Outbreak. And once again, the same thing applies to to Outbreak, the more people you have in a game, the more XP you're going to get, and the higher wave you go, the less XP you're going to get. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the map on round 1, essentially just sniping zombies. And this is a really quick and efficient way to level up snipers. It's not going to be as quick as playing D Machina. This used to be extremely quick when Outbreak first came out, but I think they've lowered the amount of XP you get per kill since then on wave 1, but it's still a pretty decent way to go about it. Put on a double weapon XP token, get a few players in your game, go around sniping zombies with a sniper if you aren't able to find multiple people. And besides just killing zombies around the map, you're also going to want to farm zombies from objectives. Different objectives are going to allow you to get more kills. Something like this, we've got 5 minutes now. Zombies are going to infinitely spawn as we're doing this. We definitely still want to pass the objective, but I would not go to wave 2. After you beat this, don't go to the next round. I would just exfil out. And if you die, no big deal. It's not like you built up anything. We're only on wave 1. So play a little aggressive, get some extra kills here and there. But definitely don't go to wave 2, because the higher wave you go, the less and less weapon XP you're going to get, just like round-based. And I know I said this a second ago, but I really hope this isn't the case for Vanguard. I don't like having to play on low rounds to get the most out of weapon XP. I feel like you should probably get more weapon XP on average the higher round you go, not less. But yeah, with that, guys, that's really the 3 main methods to grind weapon XP right now. As always, if you have any additional tips that I missed out on, leave them in the comments below. I'll favorite them, that way they go to the top. And if you're looking for more additional tips, you should be able to find some of them down there in the comments. But yeah, with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. What kind of weapons do you plan on leveling up with this? Are you going to max out all of the brand new weapons we have got this season? Because holy crap, there's a lot of them. So far, I've maxed all of them out except for the cane, but I'm kind of saving the cane. We're going to do that a little bit later. But all the main weapons we've already done, stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I want to take the last moment here to thank everyone who's became a Twitch sub or a YouTube member, and an extra special thanks to those who have taken it above and beyond. We've got the man whose name should be really easy to pronounce, Yamaster. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Cryptic. We've got my friend with the most stable PS5 ever, DX2069. We've got the DMCA claim waiting to happen, Snap On. We have the E-Tool lawyer, you don't cross Haas, and then the absolute boss, Hunter Redon Doe. All of these people have taken a step above and became Unlock++ members on YouTube. Thank you so much, true homies.